And this video just into our newsroom here, a large tree falling onto an apartment complex. This is a building in the Bay Park area. Happened just after 5 o'clock this morning, so just under an hour ago in the 4100 block of Littlefield Street. Look at the size of this tree. This tree went into a second floor apartment.
And you see how the roots are right there, causing that fence to be obviously lifted up as well. The branches going into that wall, and also look at this, landing on some parked cars. So you'll notice the damage right there to those vehicles. That is a huge tree. And this, again, about an hour ago is when it happened, as these strong gusts have been coming through. Really, there is that concern, so many large trees like this. This, for reference, is in Bay Park, as we mentioned, right on Littlefield Street, near Morena Boulevard. Thankfully, no injuries reported, but police are closing off Littlefield Street, that section, the 4100 block. So please avoid the area if you can. You can see why. They'll need space to try to figure out how to move that tree and obviously look at what's left, the damage left there.
Trees uprooted, things blowing all over the interstate as well. So be careful. You're going to be heading out on the roads here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. Glad to have you with us, and we want to make sure you are safe. The wind has been knocking down trees all around San Diego. You'll see right here on your screen in Del Mar, a tree fell onto a home. And then in Mission Valley, a tree fell onto a car there. Trees also fell in La Jolla and University City, blocking many of these busy roads.
And here's a live look at the conditions right now in Alpine. Our photographer is at Alpine Boulevard and Victoria Drive. We've been seeing that windmill get quite a workout in. Those trees also bending, twisting, and blowing around out there as well. We do have team coverage for you this morning on this storm. CBS 8's Chris Groh live with a look at some other damage we've been seeing around the county. But we begin with Evan Narani tracking the latest storm here, and that rain is going to be on the way here, right?
Yeah, it looks like we are getting wind first and then rain. Rain is expected to really pick up Thursday night, so tomorrow night through Friday and Saturday. Those are going to be days of widespread rain. Today is a day of light scattered showers, mostly around 1/10 of an inch and lighter. What we're more concerned about today is going to be those cooler temperatures and wind. So notice we take a 10 to 15, in some cases 20-degree drop in temperatures. Here's your current wind gust map. Strong westerly winds building. We've got 26-mile-per-hour gusts in just the last about half hour or so in Oceanside, 32 down south in Chula Vista, 40-mile-per-hour gusts in Borrego Springs. So it is windy across the county. As you head outside, make sure to take it safe on the roads. And we're already starting to see some damage from these winds this morning. We've seen several downed trees around town. One of them fell onto a home in Del Mar. CBS 8's Chris Groh is live at the scene. He's got a look at the damage and what conditions are like outside right now. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Evan, and the wind is blowing really strong right now. In fact, just below us again, you can see now with the sun coming up here, the amount of damage that this one tree caused to this home. Again, going through the roof, you can see that Torrey pine snapping in half. Now, inside was an elderly couple. They were sleeping at the time in which this tree snapped. They thought it was someone trying to break into the home. Thankfully, they were not hurt, but when they got outside after they had called first responders, they saw it indeed. It was a tree that was above just behind their home. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this area, we're pretty much close to the top of this hill here on Grimaldi. You can take the winding road all the way up here. This home just below in the canyon. So again, they may not have been feeling the wind, so to speak, but the tree that was above their home obviously felt that, snapped in half and fell right on top of their home. In fact, we're being told it could snap even more, so we're going to be paying attention to that moving forward. But in La Jolla, just south of us here, we know that there were some down trees as well too. That caused a bit of damage. We hear that there are multiple trees down in that area. Then in Oceanside, there was actually a power pole that was knocked down by the wind that caused a brief brush fire close to the 78 there, Oceanside, Carlsbad area. Thankfully, firefighters were able to respond to that. But with this wind, when you hear that word brush fire, again, a lot of fear for what could potentially spark into something even greater. But back here in Del Mar, there was an opportunity where we heard from that elderly couple that lives inside this home. Take a listen to what they had to say. Again, hard to hear them because of the wind that was blowing at the time, but take a listen.
We heard bang, and we thought somebody threw a rock through the window. So I was worried about prowlers, and so I called the police. And I called 911, which is police, and told them to come out. They came out, and the next thing you know, it was not only the police, but fire engines and everything else.
And just to give you an idea of what they were saying there, is they heard that loud bang. They called 911. They thought it was someone breaking into their home, but instead it was a tree literally breaking in on top of their home. Now, normally these trees look pretty stoic in this neighborhood day to day, but today they are blowing, they are moving, they are shaking. So a lot of watchful eyes on trees, not only here, but across the county, as well as some of those power lines that are still up, those power poles as well, too. So just another important reminder, if you're going to be out and about today, try to stay safe. Eric and Netta.
Certainly important. Thank you very much, Chris Groh, live for us in that Del Mar neighborhood. Be safe as well to you and our photographer. We're also keeping an eye on these power outages. Look at these multiple areas impacted this morning. In fact, thousands of SDG&E customers without power right now. Where you see these red markings right here, that includes about 2,000 in Borrego Springs, 2,000 more in the Torrey Pines area where those winds are really strong. City of San Diego crews have also been preparing for this storm. Ahead of it, they've been clearing drains and roadways for what may become a wet week as well. So it's starting off with wind, then the rain will start to get us. The Stormwater Department temporarily placing no parking signs in low-lying, flood-prone areas. We know a lot of communities around town that have recently been flooded. So crews are also urging you, take action, protect your home for potential flooding. Sandbags are available. They can be picked up at our 9 recreation centers in the city of San Diego. We do want to see the weather where you live, or if you're experiencing any type of damage, if it's safe for you to do this, take photos and videos, and you can share them right here with us on the CBS 8 app. Just go to the Near Me section and click on the Share With Us tab. You'll see that right there at the bottom of the app. Eric.
This morning, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is headed to Sacramento to talk about the homelessness crisis here. He will testify before an Assembly Budget Subcommittee about the need for funds from the state. He's also pushing to reform California's conservatorship laws. The mayor's office says that would help people suffering from severe mental illness get the help they need. And today, the state Senate is hosting a hearing that'll look into potential gas price gouging. This morning, San Diego's average gas price, $4.83, 2 cents higher than yesterday. State lawmakers will discuss a bill unveiled by Governor Gavin Newsom that aims to penalize oil companies for generating excessive profits. Companies reportedly bringing in nearly triple the profits that they did last year.
Applying a penalty will not discourage the market because they're going to be able to make plenty of money, but it does discourage the gouging.
Yeah, prices for barrels of oil going down, but we're paying more. Republican state lawmakers are also calling on Governor Newsom to stop the gas tax hike scheduled for July. Checking in with Evan now on the forecast. Boy, there's a lot going on here, and this is definitely isn't the calm before the storm, but the storm has not really quite happened yet.
It's 2 separate storms that look to be coming our way. The first bringing much more wind than rain. Second storm is expected to bring much more rain than wind. So we're going to switch things around as we head toward about Thursday night all the way through the upcoming weekend, and especially into Friday and Saturday. So for starters, again, wind gusts are where we are focusing on this morning. Wind gusts are expected to peak this morning. They'll die down by the afternoon and evening. You can see those strong westerly winds coming through. 28 miles per hour in Chula Vista, 26 at Sill Hill, 30 in Julian, 46 in Borrego Springs. This is as we speak. These are your gusts. Remember those quick, about 2 to 5 second bursts of energy, as opposed to those consistent wind speeds, which are mostly in the teens up to the 20 mile per hour range. Focusing in on what we've got going on over the next couple hours, a high wind warning remains through 8 p.m. Winter weather advisory, which is a rarity for our inland valleys, is going to be in effect all the way through 10 a.m. tomorrow. That area in purple on your screen, which incorporates many locations that are around 2,000 feet or just slightly above it, those areas can expect inches of snow, 1 to 4 inches of snow coming down. Again, a very big rarity for that portion of the map. Winter weather advisory is in effect for the mountaintops. That's more common, but can lead to whiteout conditions out there when you combine the wind and the snow. And then across the deserts, we're looking at another high wind warning in effect as well. Let's show you that center of low pressure. It's located just around the Great Basin. You can see how we've got a lot of wraparound moisture spreading all the way down the San Diego County coastline, but just the entire California coastline is getting those light scattered showers. So for today, we're not expecting much in terms of rain totals for your coastline or inland. It looks like we'll stay around 1/10 of an inch, maybe lighter in some cases, but snow across the mountaintops is still going to remain pretty intense. That snow level fluctuates, but for now, 2,000 and 2,500 feet, going to change to about 3,500 feet by tomorrow. 5-day forecast shows we shouldn't be letting our guard down really any day. Sunday is going to be our best opportunity to see some light scattered showers through the morning as this next wave kind of tapers off. So Sunday into Monday, we'll get a little bit of a dry stretch, and then we'll be back toward more wet weather. But that rain is really going to pick up Thursday night all the way through Friday and Saturday. You can find an extended weather forecast on CBS 8 Plus, which is free on Roku and Amazon Fire. We give you the latest there, and we give you that extended version of the forecast. So stay tuned on our apps as well as on social media platforms for the latest there too. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. Don't want to take you to any specific spots, but the thing to focus in on this map here is that we have so far gotten plenty of reports of down trees, down power lines, palm fronds covering the roads. The emphasis that we have for you this morning is to drive with those weather conditions in mind. So take it a bit slower as you drive out this morning. Watch the roads consistently for the possibility of needing to dodge anything that's in the road. And again, up in Oceanside, we got a call of a down tree. We got a report of a down power line in El Cajon. So these are all reports that are coming in really minute by minute as people head out for the morning commute. Take it slower. CBS8.com/traffic also has the latest. Back to you.
A lot of updates there. Evan, thank you for staying on top of that.